Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good day to each and everyone here. Thank you guys so much for coming. And I'm happy to know that you're doing well because you are here. That means that you're doing well. So thank you guys so much. It's sunny here in my area, very beautiful weather. And but
Mhm.
one thing, we went to walk this morning and the walkway was blocked both ways. So my son said, let's go to the gym. I said, no, I'm going to just dance. You go to the gym, I will dance. And then, and that's what we did this morning. But our walk was disturbed this morning, but everything happens for a good reason. So I came, I danced, and then I started doing another thing. So one thing I must apologize for yesterday, 8 p.m. show. There was some discrepancy that occurred that led me not to continue with the show. I accidentally signed, not accidentally, I signed out because of one of the sisters that was so concerned. I think she clicked the wrong link, thinking that is the link for yesterday, 8 p.m. But then she started calling me, what are you doing? We are here. But then come to realize that she was the only one there. There were no other people. Then the show ended abruptly, and I called the managing director and I talked with him. And he said, oops, there's nothing I can do right now. So, but everything happens for a good reason, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I used that time to catch up with replying some mail from other people and to fill out
yeah,
some other legal documents for One Global Movement. So
yeah.
that was nice. I was really happy with that, even though it was disappointing to some people, but that's okay. Everything happens for a good reason, depending on the way we think about it and the way we receive it. So there's
Perception, yes,
always
perception,
goodness
yes,
in
yes,
something.
yeah,
So
yeah.
welcome and thank you guys so much. And I'm really so happy this morning when I attended the Bharat International group with the main topic being empowering women. And Mr. Partha was the one who took on that topic, and he really did justice to that topic. Something that we're going to be talking here. I think I was discussing with Sister Yvonne here on the panel that we need to think about forming important topics that will constitute global holidays for these young people, for women, so that we will start recognizing them, because that is the way history is written. We put
Mhm,
things, we work towards them, we walk about them, and then we implement them. Not long, they will just become that. So we have
mhm.
to leave a mark, everlasting mark, with this One Global Movement. But thank you, and thanks to Mr. Ash Mufara as always, because my grandmother said, you can never bite the finger that fed you. I think Mr. Ash Mufara has fed all of us here. Otherwise, we will not be here. Remember that before you achieve anything in life, you have to do so in collaboration with people. But what kind of people? Good minded people. But Mr. Ash Mufara has brought us here together. Otherwise, we would not know. To me, that is the number one thing to do in any business, whether it is in your area or uh, internationally or nationally, or even relationships of any kind. It has to do with somebody. You cannot be a relationship just by yourself. It doesn't work that way. And this kind of relationship is the one that comes from the one that created us. Doing so with that heart of love, that heart of sympathy, that heart that says, I have to change the rhetoric, the narrative, and the cause of children, women, and families in the world, because we have been so gifted with a lot. We have been gifted with more than enough, but we want to be able to eliminate all these challenges and discrepancies that have been so created by the selfishness of mankind, so that these children can truly live the life that God has created them to live, without anybody controlling their minds, without anybody telling them what to do, without anybody suggesting the wrong thing to them, without anybody telling them that they're inferior, without anybody telling them that, oh, you don't belong to this race. We all belong to one and one race only, the humanity. That is the race that we were created with. And so these children don't have to go around looking low upon themselves, thinking that they don't belong. We want to make sure that every child matters, every
Mhm.
child counts, that they have the potential, that they were born for greatness, that they can do whatever they like to do. They can express their gift, they can create whatever they want to create, without anybody telling them that they can do it, because they can. Because greatness is part of our DNA, whether we like it or not. But because we've been so tinted by the way that the world is, then we don't seem to see the greatness that we have within us. And if we don't see that, it therefore means that it's going to be difficult for our children to see that greatness too. So we must do it here. Like my grandmother said, nope, no, you are a child of the king, that you were born rich. Because we all are born rich. We don't just use our mind to see that richness. We categorize richness in terms of property and the volume of your bank account. That is not what it is. If you are a morally, ethically right person, you are already rich. The rest of the other things will come according to the way you behave. So thank you guys so much. I'm happy tonight. I'm not going to make that mistake tonight. I will be on, just so you know, calm and calm, just so you know. So, and we will continue on, we carried out a little something yesterday. We will continue with O-Connect on Fridays. We don't want to lose touch with O-Connect, even though I use O-Connect with a lot of things that I do outside of OnPassive, so that to extend the 3 free products to other people, which we all should be doing. Because when you want a meeting, just go there, tell this person, I will send you a link. It's going to be free, so you can start experiencing what we all are experiencing. The 3 free products of O-Net, O-Trim, and O-Mail. We must share, and continue to share. That's how I do my meetings now. I don't just sit and talk. I don't even know how to use Zoom anymore, So we need to do that. So thank you guys so much. And Melanie from Rwanda was supposed to take up on this today. And I don't know if she's coming or not, but either way, we are here to support one another. But she is not well. Let us put our hands together for her quick recovery. She started recovering already. And any of those that are sick, or maybe they are going through a grief or some kind of challenges, we all must pray for one another, especially for our children, because together things become lighter. But we cannot leave people to take things upon themselves. And I don't know if the managing director is here. And if he's here, no. Okay, if he's not here, I want to make this little announcement. Please. This forum here, this show is for children and young people. And when you are dealing with children, especially considering what is going on in the world concerning children, as particularly the young girls, we want to make sure that these children have the highest safety that they can have. We want to make sure that what we're doing here is pure, is clean, it is love. We are not here for self-promotion. Nobody will be allowed to use One Global Movement to self-promote. And for that reason, if you are here, it's very, very important that you use your name. Use your name to be here. Don't use your titles. Don't use your business name. Use your name, the name that denotes who you are, so that these children will know you, because this is history here. This is teaching here. This is education. We want these children to know everyone here by name. This is our names on the screen. Please write your name every time that you are here, because these children will look for you in the future. They will be happy to say thank you, not just looking for you for anything. And they want to say thank you. How can I get a hold of this person? One Global Movement is a transparent platform. And our website will be coming up. You will see everything will be in the open, because that is the way it's supposed to be with our children. Because if you want to prosper, if you want to grow, if you truly want to be happy with what you're doing, transparency, honesty, purity, value is the way to go. So please write your name. We don't want to see titles, because as from tomorrow, we are going to be removing titles that do not denote people's names. Here, we don't look for quantity. Quantity is good, but if we don't have the right quantity, we will not accept that. We want, if it is 2 people, if it is 10, if it is 100, those are the people that will really, our children are messed up. And we don't want to continue to do this, because they're messed up because of lies. People use their names, like these hackers, they will change their names around. They're trying to do something, but all for their own personal gain. So let us be here with cleanliness, purity, value, and the safety that our children need. So thank you guys so much. We're going to dive into the topic, but we're going to do it as You want us to do our regular conversation, isn't it, Sister Yvonne?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. So I will introduce the topic and then I will just throw it to the floor. And you guys, please do your contribution in the chat. We want to hear
Mm.
from you because we are all learning from one another. We are not just here to listen. No, we learn because I'm going to be learning, reading all of these notes that you guys are writing. It also helps me, and I'm sure it also helps Sister Yvonne here as well. So let
Yeah.
us do that. Conversation is the way to go. All inclusion is what we want for our children. So we are in Oh Bless O-CADEMY Revolution Part 137. What does liberating the minds of children in education and other social aspects mean? What does liberating the minds of children in education and other social aspects mean? And we're going to see this again and again because the mindset is what really bothers our children. They need to know who they are in God. They need to know who they are in the Creator. Because when a child knows that and they understand this concept, then nothing will ever bother them. They will not take things too personal. They will know how to navigate the world because the world is always going to be the way it is. We can't change it, but we can certainly change the way we react to situations, and we can also teach our children to do the same, right? So that's very important. So let's start with our quote. We as parents, caregivers, and teachers must talk about liberating the minds of children as well as liberating society. I just sometimes I come out with crazy quotes. This one is by me. So liberating the minds of children in education and other social aspects means really fostering an environment that encourages critical thinking, creativity, and independence. Because when you help a child to think critically, and then they can create, they can paint their own dreams, their hopes and their dreams, and they can really become independent by not depending on somebody else but depending on the one that created them. These children will be apt to be happy and be very successful in life. That means you have to be your own in who God has created you to be. So then you have to ask the question, who am I? Who am I? Truly in the Lord. Not who am I, what Yvonne says, or what, well, two Yvonnes, what Mundih says, or Sister Yvonne Finn says. Who am I? In who, is it what John Barilla says? Who am I? Is it what Mr. Ash Mufara says? No, we are given the guide. During this guide, you need to find yourself. Who you truly are, your identity in the Lord. If you find that identity, you have defined your life for the rest of your life. You have defined who you are, and no matter what happens in life, that you will walk your path without any fear. And when this happens, a lot of things don't even come to you. Because remember, the vibration is very important. You attract what you want in your life. You attract what you think. And because I've seen this a lot, and sometimes I just cry out of happiness. I'm like, oh my God, how is it that they just chose me? How did they choose me? You know, just so you
Yeah.
know, my education, I was chosen by a foreign country to be educated. I was chosen. They don't even know me till today. I've never met them in person, you know. So it is very, very important that what you are doing, whether it is good or bad, that's exactly what you are attracting. And
Yes.
sometimes we falter because we are humans, because humans means mistakes. But God has also provided us a lot of ways to really correct those situations. And we do that with love. We do that with respect for human dignity, with respect for these children, giving them that opportunity to define themselves as well in the Lord, and their identity will come out so clean and clear. We need to do this all the time. Sometimes we say it's difficult. It's not difficult because we were not trained to do that. But when you train a child from cradle, because you are doing it as well, that child will be apt to do things exactly that way. So, what are the key principles and and practices of that are involved in carrying out this? What do you think? What are the key principles? Oh, Esther is here. Let me usher Esther in. Let me usher the Queen of United Kingdom in. Okay. Okay, so now, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. This is the kind of educational system that Mr. Ash Mufara is building, O-CADEMY, where participation it's for everyone. And there is no dumb questions. There is no dumb contribution. People contribute according to their mind. Because why? If it is not, it doesn't line with our values, the values that come from God, guess what? Then we are learning from that situation. Nothing is wrong here. So please let us contribute. The children will be listening to everyone. If we limit ourselves to only the panel here, then we are limiting the children. Then the all inclusion principles that we are trying to promote here and choices may not work well. But we are here. You see these women here, they don't play. You see these two women here, they don't play. I'm telling you, because they know their mothers, they know what they see in the world, and they are already working. They are working towards the various endeavors. Think about a child that will eat and has a bottle of clean water, not even in this kind of bottle that will emit toxins if you put it in the car. Think about a child that would drink good water, good natural water. Think about that. We know that most of the water now is not natural the way it used to be, but there are also systems that are set in place to filter all the impurities from the water. Think about a person like Sister Yvonne that is supporting the water, clean water supply for all children and families in the world. You think about Esther that is continuing the legacy of the parents to provide education to the young people, the youth, and counseling and food and a lot of other things. Just think about that. And this is what we are doing here. And all of these things are what we are doing in One Global Movement, because we resonate with one another and we come together to do these things. And I know that a lot of you in the chat, they are, and a lot of people are still, they join us. They might be working behind the scene, like Melanie Mukamugema, who is visiting women, especially in the rural areas, to see what they need. Clothing, she's supplying clothing, food, and even paying tuition for some other children. But she's also working on the SEED program and the 5 Chicks per Child program for One Global Movement. So a lot of great things are coming. Let us just continue to do what we are doing, because you will be the channel for One Global Movement to reach to these children and young people in the world, particularly the young girls. So thank you. And now, what does liberating the minds of children in education and other social aspect means? And what are the principles involved in liberating these children's mind in these areas? I am just going to say one thing and I will throw the floor up for discussion, because that is the way it works. I understand more when we discuss, but there are certain topics that if we have to talk, like focus on something, like when Sister Yvonne is coming to focus on water, because that's her thing. When Esther is coming to focus on Agnes, the Rock Foundation, she will focus on that. And then after that, we will begin to then see what did this bring to us. We'll discuss that. So, number one, encouraging critical thinking. Now, questioning. Questioning is very important. My grandmother taught me to be nosy. Throughout my life, I've been so nosy, but in a very respectful way. If I don't get what I want, I don't quit. I don't. I would just rise for a little bit to give you a breathing space, but I will come right back. I don't give up like that, you know? Encouraging children to ask questions and think deeply about the subject they are studying, rather than simply memorizing its facts. Remember, O-CADEMY, it's going to be a hands-on. All these, the educational system and these algorithms is to build a child uniquely, focusing on the unique child all round, whether it is in social, economic, political, whatever. This is what is going to be, not the kind of educational system that would treat one aspect and say, I'm not concerned with that. You go, you are on your own. No, that's not what we want. We want something that will treat the child uniquely. And then we talk about problem solving, teaching children to approach problems from multi angles, multiple angles. Let me say multi, like the Americans would say, multiple angles, and come up with their own solution. Not saying like Mr. Ashmufara. He's always talking about feedback, because he knows that he cannot be 100% right. And he cannot just be right by himself. So he throws it out to us. and we are the data, the beta testers. So we have to give that feedback. What are you experiencing with O-Connect? What is happening with O-Net? What is happening with O-Mail? Continuous feedback is what is going to help. And I'm sure we know about those feedback too, because we receive it too from other company. But now we have our own company. We are here to do that. So it's so important that kids know what to do, to say, you know what, I can think, yes, this is what the teacher is teaching me, but I can also think out of that box and to
Yes.
also bring my own way, teaching children to approach problems from multiple angles. Remember, there's the common saying that don't put all your eggs in one basket,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have to diversify, even in your investment. You must diversify your investment. Don't just sit there. Even you have our young people who are married, or us, you have to have 4 accounts for me. And that's what I was taught. 4 different accounts for when you have your money from your business, or maybe you are working, and you have to divide that money into 4 parts and have 4 different accounts. Number one account is for basic necessities, because without
Mm-hmm.
those basic necessities, you can't have anything. Number two, you have to start planning for children's education, right? Even from the womb, you create that account so that you start putting a certain percentage there. Number three, maybe 5% or 10%, depending on your situation. It goes to contributing to causes to help other people that cannot help themselves. And then number four, it is for emergencies and traveling. You see that? But you can add according to your family dynamics. But that is what I do. You
Mm-hmm.
have to figure out your own. This is just an example. So I am going to throw this conversation to the floor to our beautiful panelists here, so that we keep talking about these things together, so that everybody can best understand, particularly our children. So, Sister Yvonne and Sister Esther, the floor is all yours.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mundi. The only one thing I want to say before I even start is that parenting is the most important responsibility in an adult's life. So I don't want to hear anything about not having enough time or whatever it is. If you're not going to have enough time, please, because children are not throwaway items. If
Mhm.
you spoil them, that's it. They become an adult and they don't take their rightful place in the earth. I was just reading a very unfortunate story this morning about a young, well, she's not young, well, she's 40, but she's never forgiven her father for actually telling them that she has a sister. They were not wanted. He didn't love them. He wanted sons, for instance, and they were both girls. And
Mhm.
this has scarred her for life. She's 40 years old and she hasn't gotten past that. And I don't, what I'm trying to say is that when you do that to a child, it doesn't go away. It's how they grow up. So I'm just going to have a lot of quotes here. Children are not possessions to be
Mhm.
controlled. They're individuals to be nurtured. You just guide them and bring them up, but their minds are not yours.
Mhm.
In the same way that your mind doesn't belong to anybody else. So first you liberate yourself. This is my one of my favorite websites. It's called Liberated Parents, Liberated Children, because you liberate yourself first, right?
Yes.
You can't give what you don't have. No one should control your mind,
Mhm.
right? You know
Yep.
your identity, you're God's child, and then you go from there. So I'm saying the true measure of parenting success lies in raising children who are confident, compassionate, capable, and competent. That's it. Because you're sending them out into the world to cope or to excel.
Mhm.
Children learn best through experience, not through lecturing or punishment. Don't forget, they're always watching us and they see what we do, not what we say or think we espouse or what we say to our friends when it sounds good. They're seeing what we do.
Mhm.
That is how they're being built.
Yep.
So we strive to build a relationship with our child or our children based on a balance of unconditional love, trust, and open communication. This is it. They're not ours. They're not possessions. They're not toys.
Mhm.
They are human beings looking for us to tell them how to navigate this world
Yep.
correctly,
Yep.
empowering, empoweringly,
Yep.
and to make good human beings so they don't become societies look down upon. Because I mean, we're saying that society should not look down, but when you break all of society's rule and become a rebel and just not play your part in the tapestry of life, what do you expect? but it comes from what we do with them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We have to make them value added, not that they're commodities, but the world needs organization, not chaos, right?
Yep.
And they
Yeah.
take their place on the world stage, and they're competent and they're value added human beings. That is what we're looking for. And
Yep.
Ashton Farrar has presented us with a perfect umbrella, but we're
Mm-hmm.
not going to live inside that umbrella. Unfortunately, we're going to have to go out in the world. So Unpassive will foundation us, if you want to call that word. They will give us the foundation. We will know what to expect. We will have discernment. Our children will. And so, as you said, when things come at you, if people say things, as the quote says, other people's opinions are none of your business,
Mm-hmm.
right? Don't take that on. Don't use it as an excuse to be stagnant and stagnated. You find your purpose and you go for it. This is what we are geared to do for our children and ourselves, always until we die.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Thank you
don't
so
see Sister Esther,
Thank you
but
so much. And that's okay. We will continue the conversation here. And you know what? I just support that quote that you just said, that what other people think of you or about you is none of your business.
no, it's
And you
not.
have to make it, it's none of your business. You owe no explanation to anybody. You
No.
owe nothing to anybody. They will always say something, whether you like it or not. The world
Yes,
is like that.
yes,
Even you among your siblings, they will say something.
yes,
They will still
yes,
say it. It
yes,
happens. It's just part of life. So we
yes.
have to teach these children to accept that. But when we ourselves first accept that, imagine parents that are having like a low self-esteem. They say these negative things about themselves. They
Mm-hmm.
criticize themselves negatively. Every word that comes out of their mouth is a negative word. They are swearing, they are cursing, and they are saying all of those things. Imagine a parents with insecurities, and now they want to put truth that and take it upon the children.
Yes.
And this happens a lot. I caught myself a few times doing that, and I'm like, and my son is the kind that is trained. Me and my husband, we decided to train him with open hands and open mind,
Yes.
including him. And this is the way we should do with our children, because you should not be afraid if you are doing the right thing to include your child in conversation. But
Exactly.
there are certain things that belong to mommy and daddy. In that
Yep.
case,
Yep.
they don't have to be included. We know those things. So my
Mm-hmm.
son would turn around and say, Mommy, you taught me like this, Mommy, but you're doing the opposite thing. Please don't be a hypocrite, Mommy. And I say, I'm sorry. I just say, please, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm thinking, they will catch you and they will tell you in a very honest and respectful way.
Yes, they will.
I know that some parents, you dare open your mouth, say, I'm your mother, I'm your father. How dare
Yes.
you say that back?
Yes. Yes.
The fact
Yes.
that the fact that I'm behaving like that doesn't mean that you have to. No, then you are a bad parent. You
Yep.
cannot be telling your child to do something that you are not doing.
No, you
We
cannot.
need to.
You
A lot
cannot.
of children go through challenges in life, not because of their own making, but because we, the parents and the adults and systems that have been put in place, are really, really hurting these children. They don't
Mm-hmm.
give them that freedom because we don't play the role model here. We are
Mm-hmm.
not models here. Everything, no matter what we teach our children, no matter what we say, if we do not do this thing, because the scripture says you must live by example. It
Yes.
says that. You can never, even I cannot be here talking about one global movement. I'm talking about my experience here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm talking about a lot of the things that help me along. These ladies are doing the same thing, and all
Mm-hmm.
of us here. And so it should be that way, so that nobody has to look at the other person and say, look at you, she suffered like this. Everybody in life has to go through one thing or the other. But it might
Absolutely.
come in different magnitude, different shades, but it
Mm-hmm.
is there because that is the aspect of life. If you look around the world and you see some of the most successful and truly happy people in the world with their success are people that came out of that. They went through difficulties,
Yep. Yep.
challenges that they
Yes.
thought they were going to die. But
Mm-hmm.
because they were so determined, they were positive, they came out. So if you want to really know the true heart of a man, whether it is good or bad, that you have to look at that man when that man has one of the greatest crises in life, because that
Mm-hmm.
is when they become truly successful and be grateful and appreciate that success and turn around and want to do it in the world. It is there. All of us have to go through that. So
Mhm.
please, please, please let us raise our children with love. And we also understand that certain things become barriers for parents to really help their children. And if you have a child, a mother or a father that is unable to put food on the table, it then becomes a problem. And they're angry. They themselves are hungry. They want to eat. Then let alone the children that are crying, "Mommy, I'm hungry. Daddy, I'm hungry." Or, "Daddy, I don't have money for this." So we need to consider those kind of situations. And some parents are sick. They don't have health insurance and they don't get treated in the hospital. And when a
Mhm.
parent is sick, what do you expect? Are they listening to their bodies, or they want to raise a child? So we want to make sure that these things fall in place, that if parents cannot take care of their own, then we can find places or these communities that by the grace of God we will be building, so that these kids are really treated with dignity and respect. And then another way, another principle to really, really liberate the child's mind, either in education or in other aspects of life, is promoting creativity.
Mhm.
Creativity, like our panelist, Sister Yvonne said, it is giving that child the opportunity. Don't control the child. Give
No.
that child, if you train that child well, morally upright, you give them the opportunity. The scripture says, train the child the way they should go, so that when they are old, they will not depart from those ways. When you train that child, what do? You let them lead the way while you follow. And then you follow as a parent, just to be there as that pillar, because that's your child. Whether they turn 100 or not, and you're 150, that's still your child. You are still there, because that is the way families are supposed to work together. Do not believe in the so-called system that say, "Oh, you are a you are a mama's baby, you are a mama's boy, a mama's girl." Don't listen. They're trying to break the family. Stick
Mhm.
together with your family, no matter how old you are, because we have to have those family meetings. Those family come together. Arts and expression is one of them. When you come to those family gatherings, what do you do? What were the stories that were being told by your parents or your grandparents? What were the crafts and activities that you were doing? Even
Mhm.
in the village where I was born, I don't buy no toys. There are toys in the bush, like the one from the plantain. That's the baby. I carry that baby on my back.
Mhm.
That's a baby, and that's a natural baby. It works in your body because it's a natural baby. We didn't go to the store for toys. And then, like a slingshot, my brothers will go into the bush. They will have rubbers from, we have a rubber plantation in Cameroon. They will pick the wasted rubber and they make something good out of it. And they make gold out of it. Now they will do the slingshot. They're using it. You see, a lot of things that we can do is all around us, is how we think. So, arts expression, integrating arts and music. What do you love to dance? What is your culture? Your family culture or your clan culture or whatever. There
Yeah.
has to be a culture, so we can do music, creative writing, cursive writing. My son
Mhm.
was so funny when this boy was writing at 2 years old. He was so much in love with cursive writing. I said, "Why is this child writing like this?" I didn't know cursive writing, and I thought that was not a very good thing. But that cursive writing is helping him a lot now when he is painting, when he is crafting the things. It's really helping. Give the child the opportunity to be creative. Don't condemn things. Sometimes they can use the macaroni from the kitchen. They can use foil paper. They can use
Mhm.
Ziploc bags. They can use, let them create. Just watch. Don't say, "Oh, keep it, put it there," because you're wasting things. There is no money. You already said there's no money. That money is not coming. For me, I know it's coming. I have to be one of the billionaires of this world too. You know, so our children should be able to really know that, writing into the curriculum to allow all of these creative things has to be included in the curriculum. And this is what Unpassive is about with O-CADEMY. Included in the curriculum to allow children to express themselves and think outside of the box, think outside of their comfort zone, think outside of what some people have said. No, this is the way you have to think, right? Innovative projects like providing opportunities for students, our children, to work on projects. Children are always thinking of one thing or the other. They're building a kite, they're doing other things. You see a child come out with something that you didn't even know. That is exactly what we are talking about. Work on projects that interest them, not interest you, not you, interest them. and allow for creative input and innovation. What do you say about a child's project? What are you thinking? Don't think like you want to please the child. Think exactly the way you want to think, because that will also give room for that child to expand more creatively. You see that? So Esther, welcome back. It was your turn, but I had to, you owe me because I was covering for you.
Thank you so much. I had to rush out to take care of something because I just came in and jumped in. I didn't know if you saw when my bodyguard came and whispered in my ear. So
I know, I saw his hand. I'm like, there comes the mama's bodyguard again.
who just came in. He hadn't had his food, so I had to rush out to go and get things sorted. Anyway,
that's
thank you so much
That's
for
good.
holding brief. Yeah, the topic today is mainly nothing more than, encouraging children to have a critical thinking mindset. I know you and Sister Yvonne would have addressed all these points. Then in my own perspective, this is what I believe this topic is. Encourage the children in every aspect. Is it through critical thinking? Is it through creativity, which I have heard you explaining certain things? Is it having independence, or broad understanding of diverse perspective of all aspects of things? So when we encourage this, it helps children, it aims to free children from restrictive traditional modes of thinking and social norms that may limit them from the potential things they are supposed to do in life. So if we have to dive deeper into what I just mentioned, like encouraging critical thinking, by that we are telling the children to ask questions, ask questions and seek answers beyond surface level information. I heard that this person is doing this way, so therefore I will follow that way. Why is that person doing that in that way? Why don't you try to find out more why the person is doing that? Is it the right thing the person is doing? Being inquisitive, this is what we are trying to encourage the children, to develop. Then by so doing, you are analyzing the information that is given to you. Is it the right information? Can I do more research? So from birth, children can develop the habit of researching on things, not believing on handed information. So this information, is it proven? Can you do some research to prove it yourself, to say, yes, anywhere I'm using it, I can categorically say that this is what it is. Let us not depend on what others are doing or the norm of how this is done.
Yes.
You have to confirm that truly this is the way it is done. Another thing is creativity, which I had Dr. Yvonne explaining. This provides children the opportunity to express themselves through either art, music, writing, and other creative outlets. This is what this aspect is saying. Diverse approaches, encouraging diverse ways of thinking and problem solving, allowing children to explore multiple solutions and perspectives. The last point I would like to address, I know you have covered a lot of them, is promoting independence in children. Children really need to have their independence, allowing them to take charge of their own learning process by exploring topics that interest them.
Yes.
Back home where we come from, we always tell children, if it's not medicine, if it's not doing medicine, if it's not doing this, if it's not doing that, you are not doing anything. Allow the children, because everybody have their talents. Like my first daughter, I was head bent on her doing medicine. But each time I bring that topic up, I found out that it's creating a lot of friction, between us. She does not want to do it. And I kept saying, even though she can do it perfectly well, she is intelligent, she's everything. Okay. But this is something she does not want to do. Then personally, after all the pushing and all whatnot, I realized it late. That this is not a time you can push a child to do what they do not want to do. So allow them to have their freedom. Encourage them to make their own decisions and understand the consequences of those decisions.
Exactly.
So that when they do that, maybe along the line, they did not get it right. They will not have you to blame.
That's right.
Exactly. So they will learn from it. and then move on with life and correct themselves.
Yep.
Yes.
That's so true.
Yes.
But if you are the one that pushed them, you will have yourself to blame.
Yes.
And each time that child, you see the child in a situation that you wouldn't want your child to be, your heart will never be at peace.
That's
So
right.
let's all try to, give these children the freedom to
Yes.
bring out that which they want to do. Unless that's which they want to do, you that is more experienced, it's not something that will help them in life. You try to talk them through it for them to understand. Giving them instances and examples of people that have done something like that in the past that did not work.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe with that, when they analyze it in their mind, they will start seeing reasons with you and try to do a U-turn. So I will stop here. If any other person wants to say something, perhaps.
Thank you, Sister Esther. You just kind of spoke my life there, because this is what my dad especially, because I mean, he knows I have the intelligence, right? I could do it, but he was hell bent and sending me to medicine, and I did not want.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So so I charted my own course, and then we, thank God, before he passed, we came to a nice understanding. He said, yeah, he can see why I did what I chose the path that I did. But absolutely, children are not our possessions. We can't just mold them in the way we see fit, or to have them fulfill our unfulfilled dreams.
I know.
Or whatever.
There you go.
That is not how it works. We each, every 8 billion of us, we are all unique. We all have our own part to travel. And when parents learn that, the household will be 100% much better, unless they're going in a wrong way, of course, as you just pointed out.
Exactly.
And then you respect them, and you have discussions, and you tell them why it's not going to be a good thing for them to do that. But still, the ball is in their court, right? Especially as they become more independent adults. You cannot now go into their homes and start dictating to them if you want a relationship with your child, right? You say your piece, but they are not possessions, and they're not inanimate objects. They have life. Yeah.
So thank you.
There is one thing again I felt to add here.
Yeah.
The reason why I was like head-bent on my daughter going to do medicine.
Yes.
Okay. So when I was growing up, it was 3 of us best friends. 2 of my friends went on to do medicine.
Oh, yes.
Then, personally, I was so scared of blood and hospital that I didn't want to hear anything.
Oh.
Even when, as a young person, when I'm passing through hospitals, if the hospital is by the right, I will put my face by the left. Even use my back to pass through. That was how bad it was. Then I grew up, and all my life, let me just say, middle of my life was lived in the hospital. Going in for one thing or the other, having up to 11 operations in my life.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
All in the hospital.
Yes.
So, and I asked myself, where was that fear?
Yes.
That fear then that deprived me of something I really loved doing.
Yes.
I was somebody that wants to see people, have empathy, help them in situations.
Right.
Until tomorrow, I still desire that. I still crave that.
Yeah.
Based on this, I was now saying, since I did not get it, then let one of my children go into it.
But that's the point. That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. They're not ours to mold as we see fit. They come with their own whole talent.
Exactly. But not knowing that what I was doing was wrong.
Yes.
This is not her desire. She doesn't want that.
She doesn't want it.
Even if she wants to do that, she says she doesn't want to touch anybody.
There you go.
She doesn't want to touch anybody. In fact, she doesn't want to hear it.
That's right.
Okay. So, if just to encourage the children, if what you want to do is your desire, work towards it. Do not let fear, creep you into not doing that which you desire to do. Right. Because at the end, you will be the one to regret it. Just like I regretted, not that the course I did is not viable, is not good, but this was the area I wanted to go in, just simply to help people, to help those in need. Because the community where I come from, they lack such profession. People are dying every day.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of one minor sickness or the other. And this is something I could have helped, if not fear that
Yeah.
took me out of it.
I understand,
So,
sister. I
yeah.
understand. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, thank you so much. That story relates to almost all of us because it's the same thing. I wanted to be a journalist, top journalist, so I can tie my headscarf like one of the journalists in Cameroon that I was always imitating, you know. And she is so learned. She came to the United States and she came back home. Oh my God, I love the way she dressed. I was going to copy her by all costs. And I love journalism. And my uncle said, "Oh no, because the tuition was too much. Go and do teaching." I said, "I don't want to teach anybody. I want to do journalism. I want to be on TV because I was an actress. I was acting. I love those things and writing. Those are the things that I love to do." Oh no, they sent me there. But guess what? I graduated with a bachelor's. But then when they sent me here to further my education, thank God, here you can change your course of study.
Yes, you can.
I did that. Oh my God, I'm so happy that I did that. So I tried the same thing with my son. You know, we parents, that's why we say you must watch your child 24/7, beginning from your womb.
Yes.
Something would tell you if you put your heart and soul into your child. Something would tell you the course of life, the gift that your children have been given. You will see it, you will know it. When the child comes out, start watching that child, especially when they are getting into stuff and getting into things and toddler trying to do this, trying to fix this. Depending on the kind of toys that you buy for those children, see what kind of toy do they gravitate towards. Now you begin to know who your child is going to be. You might not know for sure exactly that, but you know the feel. That's what we did with our son. We knew he was going to be an engineer from 2 years old, but we didn't just know what kind of engineering. So when he grew up, in high school, I say, "Daddy, can you go be a medical doctor?" He said, "Mommy, you know I don't want to see blood. Why are you telling me that? You know I don't." I said, "Okay, be a lawyer." Like he said, "No, I don't want a lawyer. A lot of lawyers don't tell the truth. I'm not going to go there." You know?
Yeah.
So he chose, but then he changed his mind about 2, 3 times. We just say, okay, let him change because they have the right to change that mind in order to find the real path for themselves. We let them
Yes.
change their minds. So he did, and then his friends kept telling him, "Al, we can do engineering. You're the only one who can do in his group." And he said, "Mommy, you know what? I'm going to go back to my aerospace engineering." And that's how it is, you know. And he glows when he tells people I'm doing. They say, "Ah, hi, how you doing that? Why?"
Yeah.
Like it's like some kind of thing that is not, you know.
Yeah,
So,
another thing from what you're saying is while we try to encourage our children to do something that will benefit them in future, and if the child is resilient, try to find out because from the Western world here, so many teachers try to discourage children from
yes.
what they want to do.
Mhm.
You understand me? So try to
Yeah.
find out whether why that child is refusing that is based on her own makeup or somebody is somewhere trying to discourage them from doing what they want to do. Oh, okay. So a lot of it has happened in schools. Teachers discouraging children, especially, I'm not trying to be racist here, especially black children. You
Yeah.
know, when
It's true.
they sit down with their parents, they tell them the things that will help them in life and all whatnot. You find out that when that child goes to school, and you get to know this from the response they are giving you,
Mhm.
that my teacher said, "Oh no, that you have to go this way. That way is not good." Then you would have known that they have had a discussion with the teacher and
Mhm.
they have discouraged them from doing that. So
Mhm.
on that basis, you now try to carry out more investigation to check whether that child really would love to do that, which you wanted her or him to do, or they are pushing out of it because their teacher have said so. If it
Mhm.
is based on what the teacher have said, you now have to find a way to encourage your child to do what will benefit them more.
Yes.
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 Absolutely.
Esther, I really like that point because a lot of kids go through. It's not racism, but it is there. We see it every day. It happened to me. It really
It's a
happened.
bias. It's a
It's a
bias.
bias. It's a
Yeah.
bias. Yes,
Mhm.
it's a bias, and this is not good. And these people understand the psychology, how to really, really turn these children around from their purpose in life, and they
It's
do
true.
so. The child the child will believe them, because most children, they think, oh, mommy and daddy, this is not your field of study. These people know better because they told me, because they are the teacher. They will tend to believe, which is a natural tendency. But here's the thing. We, the parents, we, the adult, if you build a good, cordial, loving relationship with your children from birth, these children will be apt to discuss everything with you. A lot of kids hide things depending on the relationship that we build with these children. So this is very, very important that we build that cordial relationship with our children. They're going to do things that are not good, because we too are going to do things that are not okay. But we can come together to correct these things and still move on, because this will help them with being independent in their studies. This will help them to know that they have to seek for all inclusion and choices without anybody having to shut them down or one way or the other. So I'm really grateful for how the system of education is changing. I remember Sister Yvonne sent me something a few weeks ago about the kind of education that One Global Movement we are seeking for in One Global Movement. I was really happy that there are some people out there that are doing what we are discussing here all the time. I'm so happy, and there is hope. There's a lot of hope for our children and all of us, but it starts from home.
Because the propensity for young children is to see teachers as authority figures, which they are, but you shouldn't just take it blanketly. You should be able to, as you said, get different opinions. Like your parents, you should trust them and respect them in the same way. They might not be teachers, but they have years of living and looking at you. As you say, you knew that Al was going to be an engineer simply because of his bent, his what he felt like doing most times. And so it takes a village, does it not?
It does, and that is a village here. Thank God for that. This is the village, One Global Movement village, but this is even from better, because OnPassive is here as that global village, because we then become the soldiers of OnPassive to take these things into our different endeavors, like we are doing here. We all have our passions and like what we want to contribute to humanity, and that's why we are here with One Global Movement. We can move this further. Together, we can move it further and move it in a way that is going to satisfy children the way that they should, because God gave these children to us to raise them the best way possible, and we must do so. But in the case where some people cannot, or maybe the parents are not even there for one reason or the other, we want to make sure that we help these children so that these children are not shifted around from one abusive home to the other, and then before you know, the child is mentally deranged or sick, and the child it's almost beyond repairs, and then they say this child is a bad child. But we, the parents, the adults, and the caregivers, anything that children are doing out there, because we do not. Sometimes children are born with problems. Yes, of course, we have problems too. But if we really love our children, we will know in order to deal with those problems early on, to prevent it or to treat it so that they don't get to the point where we start looking at them like, look at their teeth, look at their drug dealer, look at this, because of the way that we did not put our heart and our eyes and our souls into our children. So thank you guys so much. We have Kamal Hussein. How are you? Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah, OnPassive. Yes. Thanks to OnPassive. Alhamdulillah.
And thank you for writing OnPassive the correct, nice way. Branding, right?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Yep. He really wrote it so well. That's the way you're supposed to write it. Thank you. And this is Money Magnet. Hello. I don't know who you are. Please, please, please. When you come next time, we need to see you by name. We are dealing here with children. We don't want anything that will go against the rights of children. So write your name. Money Magnet is a commercial name. We don't need that. And the NNMN, we don't know what that means. So please, we don't need that here, because if we find things like this, we have to protect the children. We will remove it, because this goes against the rules and regulations of One Global Movement, and therefore the rights of children. So we will do that. So thank you so much for doing that. And it's the same thing here. Look at those kind of letters. We don't know what that is. Those are not good for this platform. Thank you so much. And education is not about loading the child's mind with information, but about making the child's mind capable of razor sharp perception, capable of knowing life in its full depth and scope. Yes, certainly true. Thank you so much. And respect your child's autonomy and allow them to make age-appropriate decisions. Yep. We need to. The child was born even before the child was formed in your womb. Remember that God had already written his future and her future. It is one of greatness. And so don't doubt the child. They're going to fail just like you failed several times. But eventually they're going to make it, because these children don't give up unless we taint them, and then they're about to withdraw. They don't want to do it because mommy put me down or daddy put me down. We don't want that for our children at all. And greetings and welcome, everyone. Please join the discussion regardless
regarding the topic for today.
Regarding the topic for today. Thank you so much. And what does liberating the minds of children in education and other social aspects mean? So just what we've been discussing, but we're still to hear from you guys. So Raji, ready. How are you, sir? If you're new here, you're welcome here. This is where we serve children worldwide, helping them to reach their fullest potential, or their full potential, and help them to eradicate illiteracy, hunger, and poverty worldwide. So thank you so much for being with us today, sir. Come again and also share the good news of One Global Movement to the rest of the world. And also on Passive, because without on Passive, we will not be here. Thank you. MD Bosser, how are you? We love you as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Please subscribe to One Global Movement YouTube channel, so that this is going to help grow the channel and also help grow children of the world. And also, YouTube will know what we are all about and will direct good materials towards us so we can continue to help the children. And then subscribe, share, the big thumbs up, please. Don't forget that. And welcome all, and thanks for joining us. Please write on Passive, all in capital letters. Yes, that is the name of our company, and we must be proud to brand it that way. We should be proud of writing it that way 24/7. Very important. And of course, Sir AP Mahusadan is here. Hello, everyone. Updates from 360 is available. Prayers for speedy recovery of Mr. Ash Mufare from his health problems. Love to Ash and his family. Love you all. Hashtag OnPassive. Global family members. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And love to hashtag One Global Movement family members. Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for welcoming the panelists, and other people are welcoming each other here. We highly appreciate that. You really make my work move faster. Thank you. And hello, Yvonne Finn, and everyone here. Love you. Oh, yes, thank you. And Moaweya Jara, how are you? Thank you so much. If you're new here, please subscribe to One Global Movement YouTube channel and share. Do not keep this good news to yourself. We want to make sure that we reach every child in the world. So thank you so much. And always welcoming our new people. And we have Ojala Kumadas. How are you, sir? Thank you for being with us here today. We highly appreciate your support, and we see you a lot of times. And thank you so much. Keep coming and keep sharing the good news. Thank you. And of course, Cezanna Seva, we miss you. You're here today. We are happy you're here. Thank you so much for bringing your smile again to One Global Movement. We highly appreciate you. Come again and keep sharing in your area. I know that you use a very good app to translate things. You're very good at that. So keep doing that. Thank you so much for being with us. And we have Mahmoud Sahid, sir. Thank you so much for being with us. Good evening, all leaders. Thanks about your webinars. Thank you so much. And thanks for your support. Your support is highly appreciated. That is the reason why we are here, because of people like you. Thank you so much. And then we pray for speedy and complete recovery for Sister Melanie Mukamugema. Thank you so much for putting that out there, so that we all pray for one another. Sometimes it might not be sickness. Sometimes it's children are going through a parent divorcing. Sometimes a child did not do well in school and they think that is the end of the world. Sometimes just maybe even kids are experiencing grief. We need to be there for them, and let's pray for one another. Thank you so much, Sister Yvonne. And hello to sisters Yvonne Mundih and Finn. Yvonne Finn, hello to all in attendance. Don't we use our name to trick people? Thank you so much, Melanie. I really use your break all the time to join in, you are highly, highly appreciated, because this is what it means. Taking care of self, taking care of family, and also trying to help whenever you can. And together, we are moving forward. We are not sitting in one spot. It's coming. Just like Mr. Ash Mufara says, it's coming. One global movement is coming. So thank you so much. And thanks for the information you sent to me, Melanie. Thank you. Critical thinking requires real information and directions in the curriculum of educational system. It requires a new look other than the past ways of learning and education. Certainly. That is why when we talk about O-CADEMY, we're talking about safety, number one. Because if the child is not safe, safety doesn't just mean physical safety. If the child is not safe in their own skin, in their own body, they are not safe in who they are because of some people that might have said things to them, or because the parents have not instilled that self-worth and dignity and respect in their own children, then that there is a problem. So this is so important. All inclusion education, giving kids choices, making sure that these kids fit into any global system of education is very important. O-CADEMY is there, the safety is there, the value is there, and all inclusion for children is what we are talking about here. With O-CADEMY, you have O-CREATE, you have O-JOY, all of these things put around to make sure that the child is given a holistic education, not a partial education. So very important. And we have Jagadesh Kumar. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for joining us. We highly appreciate you. Come again and encourage others. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on when we go live and for new episodes. So thank you. And of course, Jody Rice, sister, is here. How are you? Thank you so much for being with us today. Happy Tuesday to Queen Yvonne. Dr. Yvonne, Queen Yvonne Finn, and Queen Esther. And thank you, Queen Jody Rice. We love you. Thank you so much. And dearest hashtag One Global Movement attendees and panelists, you are all welcome to our TV forum. I'm loving at Sister Esther.
I know. She forgets she's on the camera.
And
Sister Esther.
for the world at large. Leave that boy to come on stage.
Sister
Come on
Esther.
stage. That's what we want for them. Greetings to all my family, queens and kings. Thank you so much. Thank you. From the sunny Pretoria, we have our brother Levi. Thank you. And Susanna says, children, we need to love them. We need to pray for them. That is so true. Thank you so much. And the CAP says, existing system of education and philosophies in the world is not yet successfully reached the required results. So think something new. We are thinking something new because we are now in the new era, 21st century, unpassive and Ash Mufara O-CADEMY system of education. And it is going to be so beautiful for all our children, but we must strike a balance. We must still put an eye on our children because these algorithms and this machine learning, the knowledge has been put in there by human beings.
Absolutely.
So we must make sure that those things are going to satisfy children worldwide, not one part and not the other. And
Equitably.
And therefore, Mr. Ash Mufara, that is what he stands for. We can see it and we know that it's going to happen. But be careful. Don't go to other systems that might not satisfy you. But even with Mr. Ash Mufara's system, he wants people to check because we will catch mistakes. We will make mistakes. We are checking for those kind of mistakes. Even now in the secular school system, if you're not checking your child, you're not attending the parent teachers and association meetings and conferences, it is not good with your child. You are just relegating your child into the hands of other people. You need to go to school. They need to know you, all the teachers, the principal, all the school administration. They need to know who you are, that you are 100% plus involved in your child's education. And this is, I'm saying what I did. They knew me everywhere. Even where there were, say, a few kids that look like me, I was still there, making sure that my voice is heard. And
Yep.
so this is what, and in a respectful way, because
Yes.
what you advocate
Yes.
for, that is what is going to come to yourself and your child. So we
Mhm.
need that. We don't accept just the powers that be to tell us what our children have to do or what we have to do with our children. Remember, when they say necessity is the mother of invention, I said no, necessity is not. What is the mother of invention is that refusing to accept things the way they are and
Exactly.
going ahead to create your own, to add on to what has been created is the mother of invention. So do
Right.
not just accept things, but look into it before you accept them. So thank you so much. And when women rise on wings of their own grace, a silent strength blooms upon their face. Society's tapestry, richer it weaves, empowered threads, a world that believes. Of course,
Very nice.
so much
Very nice.
for empowering us. Women are the silent whispers, but the most strongest builders of every society. Think about
Yes.
Mother Mary, Mary Jesus. Think about that. And think
Yes.
about Mother Teresa. Think about Mr. Ashmufara is another Mother Teresa. Think
Yep.
about that. Think about the saying of Maya Angelou, who says, a child, or a child, I would say a child, I'm not going to say a woman, be it a male or female, in harmony with nature is like a river that flows. They go where they will and arrive at their destination, prepared to be themselves and only themselves. That means we don't confine our children. We have to let them think freely out of our own boxes, our own insecurities. As parents, I have
Mhm.
insecurities too. I think
Everybody
everybody
has them.
does.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's very
And
important.
don't forget our young Malala. Please, can't forget about her.
Oh, Malala, Malala
Yes.
Yousafzai. I have something here that I need to read that I was writing about a few days ago. Malala Yousafzai says, what does she say? I have to read this one.
Okay, there you go. I haven't read her latest things, but I'm sure she has some.
Yeah, yeah. What is this? Okay, Malala says, I truly believe the only way we can create global peace
Yes.
for the boy and the girl is through not only educating our minds, but our hearts and our souls.
There you go. There you go, Malala.
I was
There
writing.
you go.
I love Malala. I love Angelina Jolie. I love Maya Angelou. I love
Yes.
Nelson Mandela. I love all those people. I love Mother Teresa. I love those people a lot. So yeah,
Yes.
a lot of them, they are out there. Great people. I love some of the quotes of Mahatma Gandhi. You know,
Yes.
it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Those people are just human, but they did the best in the
None
world.
of us are perfect. We all
Yeah.
have. But the thing is, we take all the good things and we congregate that, aggregate it, and make the world a better place. That's what
There
we
we
do.
go. There we
Yeah.
go. Yes. And when women rise,
Well, you did read that just
on the
now.
wings
Yes.
of their praise, on the wings of eagle, a silent strength blooms upon their face.
Yes.
Society's tapestry reach away. I read that one, right? I'm
Yes, you
repeating
did.
it.
But
I
it's
so
worth
love it.
reading.
That's why I keep
Yes.
repeating it.
It's very good. It's very good.
Hello, our brother says hashtag Esther Chukwuocha.
Mhm.
Yvonne Mundih, Yvonne Finn, hashtag Melanie, hashtag Nancy. Thank you so much, my brother. These are the men that promote women. The
Yeah.
kind of men that promote women. I know all men here do, but some do it in such a special way that just makes you want to leap and do
Yeah.
even more. So thank you
Yeah.
so much, Brother Levy, for that. Thank you. And
Mhm.
Sister Esther says, greetings, Brother Levy, Sir AP, Susanna, and all. Whether I mention your name or not, we are all equal in hashtag one global
Global
movement.
movement.
You
You are
are
loved.
loved. Thank you, Esther.
Absolutely. Thank
And
you,
it is
Sister
true. We're
Esther.
not just saying it. And please, we say it. If you see anything that we are doing that is not correct and you keep quiet, it means you don't love us. You don't love the children. Let
Yeah.
us know. Or if you want us to do something here that will benefit children, it doesn't matter which area in the world, let us know. That
Yes.
is our responsibility. That is why we are servants for children
Yes.
here. So thank
Yes.
you so much, Sister Esther. Susanna Seva, very good evening. We love you, Susanna. And Brillia, the mommies, yay, the mommies are here. Hello, Brillia. How are you, sweetie? Thank you so much for being here with us today. We love you, we cherish you, and we respect you for your contribution to one global movement. And we have Fabian. How are you, Fabian? Thank you so much for being here with us today. We highly, highly appreciate you. And of course, we have Sir Ashit D. Sagma. Thank you so much, sir, for your contribution and your love for children in One Global Movement and around the world. And absolutely, Sister Yvonne Finn, you nailed it. Yes, she always nails it, isn't it? That's good. And then we have Telian. Hello, Telian. How are you, handsome? Thank you so much for being with us here today. We highly appreciate you. Come again and share the good news, the gospel of One Global Movement to all your family, your community, and even across the borders. It's very important that we reach every family and therefore every child. And as she says, good morning, Sister Yvonne Finn. I'm jealous now. You guys are more than Yvonne.
You are not jealous at all. Stop it.
Thank you, ma'am, Yvonne Finn. See? Yvonne Finn again. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. And of course, I was wondering where our dancing queen is, and she's here. And she said,
Yeah,
hello,
she's
everyone.
there.
Thank you so much, Nancy. We appreciate you. Thank you. And Telian says, thank you, ma'am, Yvonne Finn. There we go. And and then we have Robin Hussein. Hello, Unpassive family. Best wishes to you all. And we will just keep reminding ourselves respectfully, let us write Unpassive in big capital letters, uppercase letters, the way that our CEO wants us to do it, because this is branding. This is branding, because when we do this, some people, those hackers might go and mess up with our own passive name and trying to do it their own way. So our branding is big, big letter, because we are big. We are the world.
Yep.
We are the world. We are the children of
Yes.
Unpassive, right? So we need to do that. Welcome, Yvonne Finn. Welcome, Yvonne Mundih. Greetings from Bangladesh. Now the two Yvonne. Thank you, sir, for really, really hear me cry out here. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here with us. We highly appreciate you, sir. Come again and encourage others. And Fabian says, thank you, ma'am. Welcome. Okay. Thank you. And Charlie and Brilia and Fabian, very good evening, my family. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Levy, for doing that. Yes, we highly appreciate them. And we have Birgit Jeggensen. How are you? We miss you, but you're here today. Thank you so much for joining us today, wherever you are. Our love to all the children in your family, your area, and your community. Thank you so much. And of course, Kenitha Momin is here. Hello, my beautiful sister. How are you? Thank you so much for being with us today.
Amen.
Many stories on children in society, if their basic foundation is laid perfectly and can become enough powerful and forgetting all the past and enjoying the new comforts. So every stories are not the same. It is true. We were not created the same. We were created differently with different gifts. And not forgetting the negative past, but learning from it and moving on, because history can never be forgotten. History can only be learned from, and then we add onto those things and we keep moving ahead. And this is what we really need for ourselves and our children. Very important. Thank you so much, Sir AP. I really like that. Do not pass on your own fears, insecurity, and negative mindset to your children. Very true. Sometimes,
absolutely,
when the going is not going well, and we're thinking, how am I going to get money to pay this tuition? Then we snap, we get angry, and let's not do that. Transfer aggression is not a good thing. Hello, Kenita. Thank you, ma'am, Yvonne Mundih and Yvonne Finn. Thank you so much for being here. And MD Manik, sir, thank you so much for being with us here. My love, Unpassive founder Bangladesh. Thank you, sir. Let us try to brand our Unpassive name big, like Mr. Ash Mufara is doing, right? So it's our company. We write it in big letters 24/7. Even when you're dreaming, let those big letters come to your mind. Very important. So thank you so much for being with us here from Bangladesh. We love you. Hashtag One Global Movement. Hashtag One Global Movement. Hashtag Speak with Heart. Hashtag OGM. Hashtag Speak with Heart. That's the short form, right?
We're trying to get that one to be in the internet space now too, because we want to have it both ways, because eventually you might make a short of the name.
That
So
is
yeah,
good. I wasn't
yeah,
thinking that way. Oh, you gave me an opportunity to shorten certain things. Thank you.
yeah. So long as we can get it in the internet space, so long as when they search, they will see that it makes no difference. So long as they come through that to you.
Yeah, to hashtag one global movement in
Yeah.
full and then hashtag it again.
Yeah,
And
just the
yes,
initials. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. I'll start doing it today.
Yeah.
Children's mindset can be poisoned by the vested interest as per their wish. When family dispute takes place, children are the sufferers, but they can't understand it time because of any of the nearest. Yes, we need to understand some children blame themselves. It's, for instance, when it comes to parents divorcing, they blame themselves for what has happened. And a lot of children, my son did that too. And this is not good. It's not good for the child's mind and their well-being. It's not of their own fault. So we advocate. I think Sister Yvonne wrote it somewhere too, that when in the case of a divorce doesn't mean that we have to abandon our responsibilities
No, it does
towards
not.
our children. It doesn't mean that we have to disrespect one another. No. Good people that want to prosper, that want their children to prosper, they come together. Yes, we are divorced, we've gone our separate ways, but we are together. I love you and I respect you, and I'm going to do that even better for my own children because we had this children together. This is very important because a lot of children are hurting. Some of them even commit suicide, especially in this country, just because of that. And we don't. And they blame themselves. So let's not allow that to happen to our children. Thank you so much, Sir AP. I really love when you come on here with your experience. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Children can't visualize the future without the support of both parents. There you go. If disputed family or divorced family, things are different than normal. That is true. The children will remember, they carry that scar with them. I wish. And some of them really try so hard, no matter how young. My son tried when he was only 9. I can make this work, Mommy and Daddy. I can do this. And then he will be even taking some of my money and going, Daddy, here, go buy a car, Daddy. You feel so broken. I am telling
you. It's time we stop being so selfish as adults, because we don't have to stay with the person if we don't want to, or if it doesn't work or whatever. But if you focus on your responsibilities and remain civil, not even just civil, when you are with the child and they see that, yes, people don't always have to live together to agree and be civil to one another. It takes the pressure off them. But as you said, once they think that they're the cause of the split and then you behave badly, that only compounds their guilt.
Yes, it really compounds their guilt. And they would think that, and a lot of them actually say it, I'm the cause.
Of course they do. I know.
And this is not a good thing to say, because what we are doing, if you come together, even though you're divorced, you're also teaching the child that you don't have to stay in an abusive relationship, if that's the case. And you're also teaching them that even when you divorce, you still have to come together to love your children. Sometimes you attend gatherings together, you guys laugh together. That's not the end of the world.
It's not.
It's true.
I tried like that for my son for a long time, but sometimes one of the partner does not even want that. It's not a war-torn zone. We are humans. Nobody knows tomorrow. When we bring these little beautiful creatures,
I know.
We must come together regardless of the situation and say, you know what, that is that. I am still going to respect you. I'm going to still love you as my ex-wife or ex-husband, because we must raise these children together the godly way. You see that? It's very important.
And when you consider that it's time-stamped in the sense that it's not forever, right? Most societies, especially in here, by 18, you consider a child independent for one way or the other. So, you can do that for a short term just to make sure that your child feels wanted. We're just selfish. It's how long? You know what I'm saying? It's just do it for a time. You're not faking anything. They really are your focus now because you brought them to the world, right? And so what if it takes 18 years, right? You just do your part and you make sure that they know that they are not the cause of anything bad in your life, right?
Yes.
They don't have to carry those scars. And then after they're adults, then you can have a different conversation, right? Because everything in a season. right?
It is. Everything is a season. Nothing has come to stay. You know,
No,
this is,
exactly.
I love what you're saying, because we don't want these children to go there. So many of them are going the wrong way. And
Yes,
this is not healthy for them at all.
it is not.
Because children are the greatest assets in the world.
They
Number
are.
one,
They are.
what you're putting in your child, even when you're divorced, you're investing in yourself. This child is going to be there for you
Yes.
when you least expected it,
Yes.
because you have
Yes.
invested in this child. If I tell you what my son is doing at home here, not to be proud or anything, but I live by examples. This
Yes.
child, he says, Mommy, I am an engineer. I can repair things. I can build things. I don't want you to call somebody to come and repair anything here without you asking me first. If
There you
I
go.
cannot do it, Mommy, I will tell you, and then we can find somebody that would do it. And he
Yes.
means it. He will be
Yes.
changing the bulbs. He will be repairing, cleaning the vents, and every machine. I don't want to go to those machines because I'm afraid something will stop me. You know, he's doing that. And this, you because of the way you bring that child, he's even buying food. I said, save your money so that
Yeah.
you will
Yeah.
move out with your future wife and children in a grand way. You know. And
Yeah.
one thing that I must say here, I know that in the Western world, but not every parent. We, the parents, when a child turns 18, don't kick that child out of your house.
No, don't kick them out. Don't kick them out.
Don't
No.
kick them out. Depending on how you raise the child, let the child stay there, but give that child, from the time they start working, my son started working at 15, I gave him responsibilities, and he's
Yes.
respecting them to today. He's 23, he's still going to
Yes.
school. So
Yes.
that they will know that they have to contribute to the upkeep of the home. You're teaching them a
Sure.
lesson through
Sure.
doing. But don't send the children out when they're going to school. Make sure when they graduate, they really move out in a grand style. They save their money, they move out if they're doing a business, or they move out buying their own home and start them with like a duplex where they will rent one side and then
Absolutely.
live on
Absolutely.
one side. Then after that, they can buy their own single family home or build it. Don't kick your child out, please,
No.
because a
No.
lot of times those children go out there, they get involved in things that they were not supposed to get involved in because you said you are a man, you are a woman, now get out of my home. That's not okay.
Exactly. No, you don't.
Yes.
Those are life lessons, and you're preparing them for self-sufficiency. Nothing
Yes.
is wrong with that. And
Yes.
as I said, it's a season. You go along as it is appropriate. You move them along so they
Yep.
can really stand on their own 2 feet. They don't have to take any abuse from anybody. This
Yes.
is what our job as parents is.
Yes.
It's
And that
nothing else.
financial education is very important. Not just financial, moral education. With moral
All of it.
education comes all of those things in life. And
All of
Esther
it.
will
Yes,
bring
Sister
that
Esther.
financial education here pretty soon.
Are you saying something, sister?
No. It was frozen, and I was just saying hello.
Okay.
So Esther will be bringing financial education here because that's her specialty. So that
Okay, well, we're gonna get her to do that.
Started now. I did not discuss that with you.
No, we don't have to discuss, but you're bringing because that's your field. Even in divorce, if parents remain civil to each other, then they can focus on the interest of their child's well-being. This is pride and dignity. When you focus on your child, you glow, you're happy, you begin to see things coming, good things, great things coming your way. Let us focus on these children 24/7. That is the number one investment in the world.
It is.
You know? So,
It is.
and let me go here. Our brother Levi said, we should not be autocrats. Our children must have the right to choose what they want as long as it is beneficial and it is good for their well-being. Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you. And
Did you see that Sister Melanie popped in, Mukamugema? You saw that, right?
Yeah, I saw. Yes.
Okay.
I think I read something from her or not. I think so. Yeah.
I think you did.
Yeah, she said it's a very good topic. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that she's still recovering because her voice was not the best when she left.
Okay. All right.
2 days ago. Yeah. Thank you so much, Melanie. And then Shamila Kadlak. That's a beautiful name. And
Yes.
it's one of its kind. Thank you so much, Shamilia, for joining us here today. We highly appreciate you. Come again and encourage others, and be sure to subscribe so that you will just get everything. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Say AP says, teachers discourage and insult them silently and cleverly in society. The mindset or psychology of that type of teacher need to be erased by the power of AI help. Yes, 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 because AI is going to dictate even their emotions. What are you thinking towards this child? That one, I love it. I so love it. Thank you so much.
I think he means that AI will be more objective, right? There'll be no bias there. But
Yes,
again, as you say, it depends on who programs it. But the point is that he's correct, because
yes,
that's what we want: objective advice and counseling for our children. Not
yes,
just looking at them and say, "Oh, you only can do blue collar work, or you only can do,
yes, yes,
labor." Don't
yes.
do that. You never
Don't do
know.
that. And I'm thinking about what is going on in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, or what is going on in Sudan and a lot of other places around the world. A lot, especially in these two continents.
Yeah,
We do realize that it is the fact of nature that when people have been uh, 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 psychologically
programmed.
programmed, it becomes
Yeah,
so difficult.
yeah.
And so we need to work so hard to really reclaim the minds of our people and therefore our
Absolutely,
children, so that
absolutely.
nobody has to program their mind to believe that, oh, good things can only come from here. Good things can only come from here. You guys
Yeah.
are poor. You guys are raggedy. You guys are this. We don't need that. We don't need
Did,
that in the world for our children at all.
did you see what I sent you this morning? It's along those lines. You haven't had a chance to look at it yet. Yeah.
Not yet. I will look at it. I will
Yeah.
always look at it, of course. And I want the way that my son is going to put all of these things into online media for One Global Movement. All of
Oh,
those things neatly put,
okay.
so that even when we are done, we are long gone 1 million years, they will still be there for people to access it and learn
Like
from
a
it and add their
library,
own thing onto it. A library, yes.
like a library,
Virtual,
or
virtual library with all those
yes,
things and graphics put there.
very
And
good.
thank you, everyone, for your contributions and comments on this topic. Please continue to keep the fire burning. You are
Yes,
our backbone. They are.
nice.
Yes, you guys are our backbone. Of course, our beautiful little girl is here. And Time, Papri, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. And BD, thank you so much for being here. We highly appreciate you. And Brother Levy says, hashtag unpassive. You see, unpassive,
Mm-hmm.
unpassive. Hashtag One Global Movement to capital letters,
Yes,
uppercase letters. Very important.
very.
The village of children across the world. Brother Lady,
Yes,
I tell you, you have a gift in all those hashtags. I'm
he
telling you.
does.
Yeah, you really do. And Dilip says children are the buds of flowers. They should
Wow.
give an open opportunity to be bloomed so
So
that
that they
they
can grow.
grow in a friendly environment with a view to building their right mindsets and uplifting humanity. Thank you so
Right
much.
on.
I love
Very good.
that. I'm going to
Yes,
post this, okay? And I'll put your name there. I'm going to
very
put
good.
your name as the
Yes,
author of this. That is so
yes.
good. I love that. And I do that a lot with people, okay? Just so you know. And our sister Melanie, how are you? I pray and we continue to pray for God's recovery mercies for you. And I know that you are getting better because that's why you're here. We miss you on the panel here, but when everything is better, we know you will be right here. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
so much. You must help your children identify strengths, interests, and values. You know your child better than anyone. What are they good at? What are they proud of that they've done? Etc.
Etc.
A lot of
Yes,
other things. Yes. And we
yes.
have to make them proud because children are always looking up to us for exoneration. That
Mm-hmm.
we for clapping those hands, for doing this. Like, look at my son says, Mommy, can you imagine that I did what this 1 hour of what on in the gym? I say, wow, my goodness, and this we too. I love that. If somebody doesn't really appreciate me or really applaud me, it doesn't feel good, doesn't it? So the
We
children are the same.
we all need it. Every single human being. We live for it.
Well,
I mean, it's
Yeah,
yes, we
yes,
need it. We need it.
yes. Validation is very important. Very
Very,
yeah.
important.
very,
Yes.
very. Actually, that is the first form of education. I'm telling you, love
There
and
you go.
validation.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
was so busy taking care of my son's graduation, but just stopped by to tell you I love you all.
Isn't that
Congratulations
nice?
to Greg. Greg, congratulations. We're waiting for those beautiful pictures to foil One Global Movement with because Greg is One Global Movement ambassador. and one global
Okay.
movement child. So we are waiting for that. Thank you so much for letting us know. This is we as parents are so proud of that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And we have Gaius Odin. How are you, Gaius? We love you. I love Unpassive. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're new, you're highly welcome here, and come again and encourage others, and also share, and subscribe. And please let us write Unpassive with big letters, really huge, because we are going to the moon together with Mr. Ash Mufara. So let's keep branding it that way. And thank you, Nancy, for letting us know and stopping over, sister. And hashtag eradicate poverty. Oh, yes, we are already rich here in One Global Movement, and we're going to make sure that the children are rich as well. And hello, Biggie Jenkinson. How are you? Thank you so much. And sister Yvonne, that abbreviation, hashtag OGM, will save those separate hashtag One Global Movement.
Yep.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Yep.
And we do that, we do both so that AI
Yep.
will take both as belonging
Yes.
to us. You know, that is
Exactly.
so good. Thank you so much
Exactly.
for doing that. Wow, it's good to have this kind of titans among us, isn't it?
Everybody does their part, right?
Yes, yes. Maxie Smith, hello, hashtag One Global Movement. How are you, Maxie? Thank you so much for joining us here today. And just so put the One Global Movement together, hashtag together, so that AI will be able to read it, okay? But thank you
Right.
so much for joining us today. And Maxie Smith says, hello to my global family, blessings and lots of love. We should continue to motivate the children. We are what? Let me see. We are the world. We are the world. Of course, I put it there. We are the world, right?
Yes, we are.
Bye-bye, everyone. My
Bye,
wonderful
Levi.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much, Levi. We love you. And say hello to all the children of sunny Pretoria. Thank you so much. And welcome, hashtag Maxie P. Smith. Thank you. We should continue to encourage our children. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. And we cannot go without playing our international anthem. Sometimes we leave it to the end of the show because we want everybody to enjoy, right? Because this is what brought us here together and to continue to do so. Esther, are you ready?
I am.
Okay,
Wow.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Wow.
Esther is the
You want us to
DJ.
play the?
Is
You want us
the
to play it again?
Yes.
Okay.
LNP. LNP, how are you? LNP on Passive Channel. Next time, please write your name in full so we can know you. And we know that you are a very strong contributor here. So thank you so much. And many thanks, he says. Many thanks from Dilip. Dilip said many thanks. We pray all love, One Global Movement, hashtag on Passive. Thank you.
See,
Thank you.
they're already starting to use the OGM. Oh, that's good.
OGM, they're doing it. And sometimes write it in full as well, okay?
Yes, always do them both. Yes.
Do both at the same time because they will know us as both. If you do one and not the other, some people can go and twist it and take it for their own name.
You see how fast you learn that? That's exactly what I was about to say. We have to get both of them as being pointed to us because otherwise somebody will grab it and do something. You know, my name, I mean, I guess it's a common name now. I didn't realize that, but my website, if I don't buy it very quickly when it's expiring, I could lose it. Can you imagine losing your name as a
Yes,
really?
yes. So put the two together so they don't steal, they don't manipulate it and steal it from us. Put hashtag OGM, hashtag One Global Movement, the same spot.
Absolutely.
And so that they don't take it away from us. Thank you so much for your understanding. Are you ready, S?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, 1 second here. The DJ is coming. DJ, be ready next time. Okay. I'll put it. Should I put it on the screen now?
Yeah.
DJ Esther.
Okay,
DJ Esther.
The DJ. Is it playing or not?
No, it's not. Not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna reshare it. It looks like I have to put it playing before it comes on.
Okay.
I'll stop sharing and go back.
And go do it again. Yeah.
Yes,
We learn as we go.
Okay, that's fine.
The almighty DJ.
If you take a picture, I'm going to break your camera.
DJ with
When I was little, I loved pictures, but I didn't have a camera. I would be begging for people's cameras. Melanie,
You're just like my daughter.
Yeah, we're happy to
always,
have you, sister. We love you.
You're like my daughter. She's always with
get
the
it on.
camera.
Okay.
We are on passive.
The correct DJ.
To the future, we rise high with one heart and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the stars.
Look at Mr. Mufara dancing.
I know.
Shining the light. We're a nation, we are rising with one love, with one hope, bringing solutions, lifting up humanity. Let's rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the
Hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
You
They
need
need to
to
win
win
We need
it.
to win
Yes,
it.
they need to win it. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. We have come to the end of our 1 p.m. Eastern Daytime show. Keep coming, keep supporting one another, keep spreading the gospel of unpassive and one global movement to the world, because this has to do with children. It has to do with families. We must do this. We are doing it. I'm doing it. I'm not going to stop, because there's no other thing, because my life was given to me by an entire village. These women that you see here, all of us in the chat here, somebody has contributed to where we are today. And we cannot see the children of the world going through challenges that is not of their own making, and we keep quiet. We cannot afford to have another child go to bed hungry again for just one single night. No, we cannot have children be put down and be labeled not anymore. So come together, let us do this. We are doing it for children, not for me, not for any of us here, but in so doing, we are also blessing ourselves with what we are doing with the children. So thank you guys so much. If you can make it to 8 p.m. Eastern Daytime tonight, please do. The graphics should be in the back office or is on social media that I always post. So thank you. Always remember to stay focused, stay encouraged, stay empowered, and always believe in endless possibilities.
Peace.
Thank you. We love you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, everyone.